You know, to be honest, we was classed as bad boys at pop.
Bad boys. That's gonna do.
You know, but that's what they classed it. But that's what they classed us as.
Tell us a little bit about how you've got here, really. What's been the changes and what you've overcome.
A few years ago, it was me, John, and Tony, and we got a record deal. And basically, I think Tony wanted to go solo. Me and John wanted to carry on for the fans. Robbie was on the same booking agent as us at the time, and the guy who owned the booking agent, he sort of put it together. He said, "Well, why don't you gig with Robbie? Try Robbie." Now, Robbie had success in the dance scene. It had a #1 as well on the popular scene, and we started gigging about 2.5 years ago, and from then it's gone from strength to strength. And you know, we manage ourselves. Robbie does a lot of the bookings for us, so we're kind of our own booking agent.
I would imagine from your two's point of view, around about 1991, when you first hit the crowds, as it were, it must have been a lot different. You kind of would, by the sounds of it, got overnight success. That must have been a huge thing for you guys at that age to deal with.
It happened so fast, you know, because obviously with our manager Tom Watkins, he was like big time in the industry, and everyone was sort of scared of him. So I think this is why it went so fast. You know what I mean?
If you ain't promoting in England or singing in England, you're singing in Germany, you're singing. So you're in this bubble and you don't really realise how big it gets because you're always travelling and you're not stuck in one place and you're not sort of watching yourself on TV, seeing it escalate. And, you know, we was working 7 days a week for 3 years to get things really going. And you're in this bubble, aren't you? And it's I don't know, it's quite weird really because...
Well,
but after a while you see things and you think, hold on, that don't add up and that don't add up.
In 1997, the world that we knew of E17 came crashing down.
Yeah.
Can you remember what it was like at that time?
No,
as well?
it was a very hard time because, like you say, from having everything, being on TV to magazines, radio, and then from the next day everything just cut. You know what I mean? It was like, what are we going to do now? We got a new record deal with Telstar, and we done another album, Resurrection, yeah. And that was like from having everything to having nothing, and then was back up there again, #2, stopped getting #1 by a share, and we thought, all right, we're flying again, you know. And then we brought out the next single, done well.
Now, Robbie, you said you joined in 2014 or thereabouts? 13, just like. You guys have had a great times and you've had tumultuous times, and that's, probably been a little bit bittersweet. But what made you join E17?
I saw the guys in Dubai, and the night I saw them play, I was standing with the agent that we both worked with, because I hadn't met the boys before. And he said to me, you do great with this group. They could do with a singer like you in the group. And that was it.
Tell him the truth, he had posters in his bedroom of us up on the wall.
A naked picture of John. Bent over his pink Maserati.
Thought you was going to say pink Elsie. Keep that down, Robbie.
What about your new sound then? Because you've had, the songs which are still prevalent with E17, you've got a very specific sound. You've had quite a few different changes. There has been some likenses to kind of American rock or that previously when Tony was with you. Yeah, when Mortar was still with you. But what about moving forward? What are you kind of hoping to...
The new album is
the new
fantastic.
Album.
We've kept a twinge of the old. Seeing as I'm new in the group, I wrote the songs with the boys, and we've tried to keep a twinge of the E17 sound in there, but it's all modern. The songs are really
catchy, got
Yeah,
just
current,
good riffs
current.
in them.
Nice
Today.
tunes. The album's fantastic. I'm really proud of it.
You know, it's such a prolific song in terms of how successful it was in the charts for a month, Christmas #1 in multiple countries.
Baby, if you got to go away, don't think I could take the
How do
pain.
you feel about it? It was written, I understand, by Tony Mortimer,
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah.
and it was a biggest success when Brian Harvey was still with you. Is it one of those things that you when you hear it, you go, oh.
No,
or
do you know what?
do you
Yeah,
still love it? You
No.
still
Do you know, I
love
love it.
Yeah.
I love Stone Over Day. I feel blessed that we managed to do a track like that. It's kept us going all these years.
I will
Every
say
Christmas.
this: no matter where we gig around the world, sorry to butt in, but no matter where we gig around the world, if I stopped singing part of that song, the crowd would sing along. Anywhere in the world, and the same with all these 17 songs. No matter what country we're in, they know the songs.
And what do you think about youngsters who are getting into the pop scene in the same position that you were then?
Nowadays, when you hear people like Ed Sheeran, some of his lyrics talking about smoking spliffs, and you know, it's almost like you can get away with saying it, to me, that ain't a good role model, to be honest with you. And I love Ed Sheeran. I think he's an amazing songwriter and performer. But you know, it seems like the media pick and choose
Who they want
who they want to praise
And who
for
they
it,
wanna bully.
and who they want to bully for it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's Ed Sheeran's got millions of young fans from the age of God knows 11 probably upwards, and you know he's talking about smoking joints, and you know he gets praised for it.
But this was all a setup anyway, because it was all planned. You know, from when Brian said it, the next day there's a girl, Leah Betts, with all cheap. You think that's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? Says that one day, and then the next day they got pictures of this girl. You know, so it was a setup. You know what I mean? Brian was picked out. Obviously, he shouldn't have said what he said, but obviously he was targeted, and everybody knows in the industry, Brian, they love to interview him or get him on these TV shows because they know he's gonna say something or do something.
You know, to be honest, we was classed as bad boys, a pop.
Bad boys, bad boys, bad boys. That's gonna do.
Everybody in the house of love. Everybody in the house of love. Everybody in the house of love. Everybody.
It was something I was going to pick up on because there's been, I don't know how true it was, but there was, you know, talk of you were pitched as the antidote to perhaps Take That or to New Kids on the Block. And one quote which I did like was that you were the boy band which bad girls would fall in love with.
I think it's because we was just so truthful and so real, you know, and obviously the bad boy image was more because we come from a rough area, we all grew up on the streets, we smoked, we done this, we done that, we told the truth. Whereas all the other boy bands were like, oh no, we don't smoke.
They're all manicured.
You know, and
Lying about their ages.
Oh, we like this
Standard
one
legs
because
crossed.
his hair's lovely. This one has got a lovely body. This one can sing, and this one appeal to the gay market.
No one could do a backflip.
You know, but with us four, it was just like four rough kids on the street. You know what I mean?
There's rumours or stories about a gig that you played last year in Dublin, which was below capacity.
This one, yeah.
We were set up.
that was a
meant to
setup.
be
Do you know what that guy
800
did? He took pictures of us in rehearsal before the bloody place opened.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. he
That guy
turned up.
is
It's
a
him,
toe
innit?
rag. That son of a bitch. He took pictures of us before the crowd come in. It wasn't busy that night, admittedly, but he took pictures of us in
You're in
rehearsal.
the sound check.
Yeah.
We thought it was a
And,
bit strange, you know what I mean? But obviously, because he's a photographer, we was like, you know, take.
So we were set up.
But even if
And the front doors were locked when he took those pictures, so nobody could have got in.
The club didn't promote the gig because I had people on social media, fans going, I didn't know you was playing there. It wasn't promoted
It was
anywhere.
set up.
Otherwise, we would have come down. You know, it was a setup. It was a setup.
But is it more important to you now that you're providing for that core sense, like fan group, and that those people have followed you throughout, rather than maybe having tens and hundreds of thousands, but these people have stuck with you?
For example, we could have turned around and said, we're not doing this. You know what I mean?
Do you know
said
what?
This, 20 people turn up, but then, you know, because we're not that way inclined, we thought there's still 20 people paid to come and see us, so we'll perform. Because we're all
But
like,
do you know,
oh, I don't really want to do it.
Do you know,
but-
I blame the club. I blame the club. The thing is, we didn't get paid no less money, and the only
So that
people
was
who
wrong.
lost that was the club. for not promoting it. And it serves them right for not promoting it. But it didn't stop us getting more work.
No, well,
if anything, we've got more work.
I must say, the people that were there, they had a ball. It was like a private party. They had a ball with us, and we had a good time.
But what can you remember as being maybe the weirdest or most wonderful fan story that you perhaps have over the decades?
Got
that
to
you've
be Germany, innit? Where the fan sneaked on a tour bus. She sneaked through the luggage compartment. We drove about 300 miles.
Hide underneath the bedrock.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been
Got cold.
Brian at the time. He went, "Oh, I'm going to me bed upstairs in the coach," and he'd opened up the curtains, and there was a girl sitting there.
He was all jealous. He was like, "What?
Only
I've
one?
got one. Where's my one?" It's not fair.
But yeah, so we had to give her money to get the train all the way back. But she'd sneaked through the luggage compartment, and
Do you ever allow yourself to indulge in how things could have been if it hadn't been for that 1997 gate?
you know, I've enjoyed seeing the world. Mate, I've got friends that are just doing 9-to-5 jobs, and you know, I wouldn't have wanted that. I wouldn't have swapped that life.
Do you keep in touch with other bands that are out and about at the minute? Do you have? No,
Not really, no.
I spoke to Michael Jackson the other day.
Spiritually, what would you say is your proudest moment of E17 in your career?
Probably the number one.
Oh, yeah,
I
number
think
one, stand on
Christmas
day.
number one.
But no, I've had the best time in the music business with these guys, to be honest, because it's just so easy. We get on, the gigs are great. I'm having more fun now, and we got nobody telling us what to do.
I think my proudest moment's yet to come. Yeah, I do. I think that.
And do you feel that everything is going to be all right?
Yes.
I feel everything.
It's all right.
No.
Yeah.
Now, 100% yes.